How the heck do I make a call to get a lunch and learn scheduled? Hey, it's Sensei Tosh. I'm going to tell you how to do that today. Some of you guys get so worked up and afraid of just making the phone call. That's the first thing. But I want you as a marketer, a community outreach coordinator, whatever you call yourself, is to remember that at the heart of it, you're going out to create relationships. So I know a lot of people get stuck on what am I going to say at the lunch and learn? How am I going to make the phone call? How am I going to do all these things? We'll just start first off by making a list of companies that your patients already go to. That's a great way to have instant rapport. Think about somebody in the community that could be a complimentary service to what you're offering. One that comes to mind is I went to a gastroenterologist's office. I met the human resource person of that office at a Human Resource Association luncheon. So I'm going to tell you, marketers, for real quick, I'm going to digress for a second. If you want to know how you can schedule lunch and learns, get involved with BNI, get involved with the Chamber of Commerce, and then get involved with your local HR association. When you're part of the HR association, that puts you in front of all of the decision makers for allowing things like lunch and learns and pamper events and other things like that for your organization to be able to come into their company and present your information. So those are top three things there: BNI, Chamber, HR association. Start building relationships. It's harder to just straight up go do a cold call. So look through your patient list as well. That's number 4, and say, where are my patients going? It should show that on the intake form. Who's your primary care provider? Who's your cardiologist? If they have an endocrinologist, they'll list that on the intake. If you don't have that, get it on your intake form. It makes it so much easier. And then also in talking with the patient, oh, hey, I talked to my podiatrist. Oh, who's your podiatrist? Write the person's name down. So when you call or you pass that off, or the providers pass that off to the marketer, saying, hey, can you call Dr. Foote? He's a podiatrist, and Amy goes to see him. Let's get a lunch and learn set up there so we can talk about neuropathy and we can talk about regenerative medicine. So think about your target audience. What is their service line and what service lines are complementary? And then think of a lunch and learn like a date. Okay, I know that sounds funny, but think of a lunch and learn like a date. You're providing lunch and you're going to learn about each other. This is not one-sided. You don't just go in and provide lunch and talk only about yourself. We have this funny saying that if you're single and you go out with a person who's talking about themselves, you're like, oh my gosh, for real, this person is annoying. So they say, enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? So don't be that person when you go out and do lunch and learns, okay? You're providing lunch to learn about each other, just like you would on a date. You want to be inquisitive. What do you like? What do you do? What services do your practice offer? So stay with that mentality and be interested in them. Then you can showcase yourself, because they'll want to reciprocate that. Gosh, I've talked so much about myself. Tell me about your practice. Then you know what services they offer, what they're passionate about. Now you take all your tools in the toolbox and you go through those very quickly and say, this is how we could coordinate and work together. And these are the type of people that we serve. And we're taking care of Amy, who's your patient. And she's had such fantastic results. And she spoke about how much she loves going to your office and how the orthotics that you've gotten for her has really helped, though she's still feeling some neuropathy pain. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Amy because you know her personally, but other things that we're doing in our community. Whether you want to bring a PowerPoint, that's totally fine. Or you bring brochures and information about your practice, that's another great way to do it. But don't get so sideways and freaked out about, oh my God, what am I going to do? It has to be this perfect thing. No, You're going to have lunch together and you're going to learn about each other. So be interested first, get them talking. So again, you know what their values are, who their target demographic, what services they provide, and then how do you marry in what you're doing to create a beautiful partnership where they know, like, and trust you and want to refer to you, and it's vice versa. Sometimes a leading conversation would be, I've heard a lot about your office. Quite a few of our patients receive services at your practice as well. I wanted to personally come and see your practice, get to know you, understand your heart, meet your team. That's why we're providing lunch for everybody today. So we let them just brag on themselves, share their heart, share what they're looking to create in the community, and then they'll ask us in return the same thing. And it's just a really nice flowing conversation. So don't get freaked out doing lunch and learns. Keep it simple. Talk to these people like they're an old best friend. And I hope that helps. If you need any help at all, make sure you're jumping in to our marketing dojos or give us a call at the office. We'll see you next time. Be blessed. Be a blessing.